Hi, Taurus. Thank you for tuning in. This is a monthly love reading for the month of May 2017. Let's see what the cards can tell us. Taurus, please. Okay. Okay, this is interesting. Your center card is the Four of Wands, family, joy, happiness. But interestingly, to either side of that, I have potential loneliness, disconnect, feeling separate, or feeling a distance from all that's going on around you, feeling a distance from your world, from the events in your world. And also the Ten of Swords, so the end of a cycle, a phase, a battle, the end of a particular illusion, perspective, attitude. Interestingly, this is around joy, so it seems like either of these things will accompany this journey towards joy. It will have to be the end of something, and it will have to be perhaps a bit of separation from illusion, from what's going on in your world, perhaps stepping back to be able to see it more clearly. It could be that you are a little too focused on certain details or on certain negativities that are causing you to withdraw into them, really. But once that ends, once that cycle of thought or doubt or fear is complete, there will be joy. Now, in the past, I have the King of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. So it's interesting. King of Wands is leadership and vision and going forth in what he believes in. So there was certainty, followed by the Ace of Cups, love and emotional satisfaction, and basically things seem to be going very well. But then I have the Nine of Swords immediately preceding that. So something, and I'm getting this as ego, because things seem to be going well, and then something kind of grasped you, negative thoughts, fears, doubts, concerns, insecurities that kind of started piling up or really taking over your mind space. Something that kind of perhaps was seated there, was triggered, and has been growing and growing and growing, which could have caused this distance, this feeling of loneliness, this wanting isolation or feeling isolated or feeling separate, disconnected, and not really a part of the world or of your world. And the fact that it's right next to the Ace of Cups brings to mind the fact that when things are going well, it's almost like when there's unconditional love, when there is growth, when there is energetic movement, the ego, the mind, or our shadow self begins to challenge that, begins to resist that, and brings forth thoughts of, well, what about this? What about that? Or concerns, or maybe this isn't how it seems. basically resisting that change. And naturally, it makes sense that the Five of Cups would follow that. It's emotional withdrawal, it's pulling back, perhaps. Whatever it is that could be concerning, or second thoughts, second guessing, which followed a period of being sure, it seems like, which followed a period of love, which followed a period of abundance, is followed by worry and concern, um, which precedes the Five of Cups. So it seems that these worries and concerns are what is making you withdraw. These doubts, these insecurities are making you pull back a little bit. But again, the center card is joy. Four of Wands, family and happiness. And so it only makes sense that this is part of the journey, right? This is surfacing. And I think this came up in the exact same position for another sign. This is part of purging this negativity and having it exit your body. When there is love, as I mentioned in another reading, the opposite of love is fear. So whenever there is love that enters you or is present in your life, all these fears surface because they are being filtered out, they are being purged from your system, right? Which would lead to joy. And the interesting thing is, once that ends, right, the Ten of Swords, once these worries are completed or finished, or once they've been filtered out, once you have reached this joy, I have here the Emperor, the Knight of Wands, which has been present in almost every single reading, and then the Queen of Coins. So once those worries, fears, insecurities have been purged, once they've moved out of your system, once they have been, exited your sphere, right? Or once the ego has calmed down, or once your shadow self has accepted this new change or this new possibility of love, there will be solutions, there will be construction, there will be forward movement, there will be action taken, it seems like things will be falling into place, but not just that, there will be a foundation upon which to build. The Emperor, right? He's a ruler, he represents civilization, he represents growth and the masculine, right? So growth and taking charge and forward movement. The same with the Knight of Wands, moving forward fearlessly and going forth regardless, and just having that courage and having that, I guess you could say, charisma or stamina to really move forward. And then following that is the Queen of Coins. She's practical, she's solution oriented, she has answers, she knows how to fix certain problems. So it seems like once these doubts, once this feeling of loneliness or isolation or insecurity passes, once that cycle ends, there will be construction, there will be creative constructive building and solution, and it seems like things will fall into place. And again, this is all surrounding the the Four of Wands, right? And I read the cards this way as well. We have the King of Wands, so leadership, vision, going forth, having the audacity to do what you believe in, followed by the Five of Cups, perhaps isolation and loneliness. It could be that being on such a unique path, unique journey, or because after all, our journeys are very internal anyways. We are all on very separate journeys. This separate journey, this forward movement with such passion could have led to this feeling of isolation as well, because it may feel alone in our journeys. But again, this will lead to building things. This will lead to construction and growth, and it will be built on a sturdy foundation. Same with this row here, I have there was initial introduction of love or feeling loved. Now, this could be a potential partner or an existing partner, entering a new phase or receiving a lot of love, but this could also be self-love, a feeling of worthiness, a feeling of feeling good and feeling happy in your shoes and just being okay with being you. Which of course makes sense that the ego could challenge that. It doesn't like change. And right after that, right under the Ace of Cups is the Joy card, right? The Four of Wands. So spiritual growth, development, happiness, this love, of course, will lead to that. And right after that, I have the Knight of Wands, fearlessness. So what started with love led to joy leads to fearlessness. Because remember, the opposite of love is fear. When there is love present, unconditional towards yourself, towards others, what it is present altogether in your life, it leads to joy and happiness, and then a lack of fear, right? It is stronger than fear. And the same with this last row here, we have the Nine of Swords. Worries, concerns, perhaps doubts, fears, questioning, second thoughts, negativity altogether, things that go against this love, this spiritual leadership, which will end, right? Ten of Swords, that battle with your mind, your thoughts, that uncertainty, perhaps that inner conflict is going to end. Right? The battle will be fought. And then we have the Queen of Coins. You will have more practical solutions. Once this mental clutter is out of the way, there will be solutions. There will be, again, there will be a clearer image of how to resolve or how to go forward with whatever love situation you're in. So if you are single, there could have been an opportunity, or there could have been an insight, or there could have been some sort of emotional growth, spiritual growth, due to the fact that you are going forth as best you can. You are going forth in leadership, in passion, in not betraying who you are, in staying true to yourself no matter how difficult that could be. But again, there could be feelings of loneliness, negativity that could grip your mind and be triggered. But again, that's going to come to an end, and there will be growth and something, a foundation upon which to build. If you're in a relationship, this could be as simple as your loved one, your partner did something wonderful, or has been acting incredibly affectionate towards you lately. And, well, why? Is there something wrong? Or could it be because he wants something or she wants something? Or there could be, why all of a sudden, almost, this inflow? And you could be keeping that to yourself as well. But again, I see here that all will pass, and there will be forward movement. There will be more construction, more building, more overseeing the bigger picture, and less fear, which seems to be a common theme for the month of May. I've had this card pop up for almost every single sign. So it's time to work through fears, which can come in the form of doubts, insecurities, uncertainties. And it seems like this is all stemming from an inflow of love, whether it's from a partner, self-love, or just divine love, man. You're seeing the universe. You're seeing signs from the universe. You're seeing beautiful animals around you. You're seeing loving couples. You're seeing things that are restoring your faith in humanity. That itself is unconditional love. That itself could be filtering through you, which could be bringing up these doubts and feelings of distance. So that's what I have for you, Taurus, for this month. Let's see if I could get at least one more card as guidance, because, the result will be well anyways, but it would help to be mindful that any doubts, insecurities, or uncertainties, worries that come up, just try to be mindful of them. Try not to stick to the detail of what they are specifically, but why are they there to begin with? That will help you get to the bottom of it more than if you stick to details. Because worries, insecurities, or doubts and fears are simply symptoms of something deeper, right? Or, very likely they're just being purged out of your system. So for Taurus, please, any guidance or helpful suggestions. Whoa, all right. I got a little bit flipped here. I don't know, this deck has been a little bit crazy lately, with jumping cards and sliding cards and okay. Taurus, please. Additional advice. Guidance, please. Okay. So, oh, you can see the card there. As you can see, there is someone rising above and being overwatched by an angel or a higher consciousness, the universe. So, this is all part of a greater plan. This is all part of rising above. Okay, rising above uncertainties or insecurities in relationships, rising above uncertainties or insecurities in yourself, and finding a potential partner. It could even overflow into, love relationships with family, with children, right? This is all part of a greater picture. And there is, I don't know if you believe in this or not, there is a plan. Right? When you look back on your life and you see the changes, you see the phases that you were in, it led you to where you are, which, whether you believe it or not, is exactly where you need to be. So this is all part of a greater plan. There is help along the way, of course. There is, the universe, there is consciousness you can tap into, there's divine help, there are loved ones around you. So you are not alone in this journey, even though it may feel that way, even though it may feel like no one understands you or understands what you're going through. You're not alone in this journey, which is it's very inspiring to know. So this is all leading to joy, your center card, joy. This is all part of a greater benefit. Okay, so that's what I have for Taurus for the month of May. I hope that was helpful. I'm sending you so much love, and I will see you next month. Thank you for watching.